Hey guys, Miss Tate down here in the corner. We have a new geometry teak for us to go over today and tomorrow. We're going to be working with this teak, and it's a really kind of an important teak. It's called what's called a readiness teak, which means there's going to be quite a few questions that go with this on the STAR test, and it's going to be really important for us to understand this teak here in 4th grade. So here's the teak. It's 4.6D. It says classifying two-dimensional figures based on the presence or absence of parallel or perpendicular lines, or the presence or absence of angles of a specified size. So let's rewind and kind of understand what this means. So classify means to be able to sort into different groups. Two-dimensional figures. Okay, well, what are two-dimensional figures? That could be triangles, squares, rectangles, pentagons, hexagons, octagons, anything that you can draw with straight lines, right? Different types of, those are called polygons. Any two-dimensional figure is what we're going to be studying today. Based on the presence, that means something that they do have, or the absence, something that they don't have, of parallel lines or perpendicular lines. Now, Mr. Johnson talked about parallel lines and perpendicular lines yesterday and Wednesday, I believe. So remember, parallel lines, look at the two L's right here in parallel. Right? They're parallel. They never, ever, 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 ever touch. So like this would be parallel, right? These two lines like this, parallel. They never, ever, ever, ever touch. Perpendicular lines, right, make a 90-degree angle, right? Could be like this. Anything that creates a 90-degree angle is perpendicular lines. So we're going to sort shapes based off of their lines, but we're also going to sort shapes based off what kind of angles they have. So their presence or absence of like right angles or obtuse angles. So this one is kind of difficult. It's going to give you like clues. So it'll say like what kind of shape will have these types of angles and these types of lines, and you're going to have to be able to imagine and draw and figure out what kind of shapes they are. So they're kind of like clues. Let's take a look. So in our books, this section 13.4 is about classifying quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is any shape with 4 sides, which is a type of shape, but remember our teak doesn't specifically just say quadrilaterals, right? It says any two-dimensional figure. So yes, that does mean quadrilaterals, but we are also going to end up studying other shapes as well, like triangles, pentagons, octagons, hexagons, that sort of thing with more than 4 sides. But let's take a look at some of these common quadrilaterals and the parallel lines and angle information about them, because it's going to help us understand how to do some of these things. So here we go. So we have a trapezoid, has 1 pair of parallel sides. So the parallel lines, right, for this case are here. Like these two lines are never, ever, ever going to touch. Those are parallel. Like these two lines would touch. If you extended them, right, if you kept them going, they're going to run into each other. Okay, so a trapezoid has 1 pair of parallel sides. A parallelogram has 2 pairs of parallel sides, right? This side is parallel with this side, and this side is parallel with this side. You'll notice these little marks, these little tick marks on the line segments, they show that they have the same length. So like this one and this one have 2 little blue lines on them. Do you see that? That means those are the same length. And this one have 1 line. That means those ones are the same length. So they have 2 pairs of sides of equal length. So this pink side are the same length and this yellow side are the same length. For a rhombus has, look at the tick marks, they all have a 1. They're all the same length. So a rhombus has 4 sides of equal length, and then they also have 2 pairs of parallel sides. So again, like this side is parallel to this side, they're never going to touch, and then this side is parallel to this side. Now we have the 2 most common ones that I think we're familiar with, rectangle and a square. These are very similar actually to parallelogram and rhombus. In fact, you'll notice the first 2 things are the same. So look at parallelogram and a rectangle. 2 pairs of parallel sides, check, check. 2 pairs of sides of equal length, yes and yes. So a rectangle does have the same things as a parallelogram, except a rectangle has 1 more. A rectangle has 4 right angles as well. So that's the only difference here. Same thing with a square and a rhombus. Look at this. The first bullet point on those ones, 2 pairs of parallel sides. Look over here, 2 pairs of parallel sides. 4 sides of equal length. Yep, 4 sides of equal length. And the only thing that the square has that the rhombus doesn't have is 4 right angles. So this one is noted right by our angles. So 4 right angles here, 4 right angles here. So we're going to kind of take this information about common quadrilaterals, and it's going to help us to classify some of these shapes. Let's take a look at this first little activity down here. This is just to help us kind of walk through. So it says, use the color guide to color the quadrilaterals. So anything with exactly 4 right angles, we're going to color red. I'm just going to mark it. So which one of these has exactly 4 right angles? This is the only one. I would color that one red. Blue says anything with exactly 2 right angles, you would color blue. Well, this one has 2 right angles, so I would color that one blue. And then anything with exactly 1 right angle, we're going to color orange. We have this odd looking shape right here. 1, 2, 3. This is just a regular quadrilateral because it doesn't have any parallel sides. It does only have 1 right angle, so it's a kind of an odd quadrilateral. Okay, we're going to take a look at classifying some more shapes here in 1 minute. Okay, I had to turn the page, sorry. So activity 2 says we're going to use this Venn diagram to sort these quadrilaterals. And we'll write the names of the quadrilaterals in the Venn diagram. Okay, so look at the Venn diagram. So exactly 1 pair of parallel sides. So anything with 1 pair of parallel sides, we're going to put in this box. Something with no parallel sides we'll put in this box. And ones with 2 pairs of parallel sides we'll put in this box. I'm going to start over here with this orange one because that seems pretty simple to me. Looking for ones with 2 sets of parallel sides. So I'm going to just go mark my parallel sides so I realize what they are. So like this is parallel with this. This is parallel with this. This one is parallel with this one. You see any more? How about in this shape? Any parallel sides? Well, those are not, but look at this. These are parallel. How about in this shape? It looks like these 2 might be parallel, but it looks kind of like it goes in at an angle. So if you ever get stuck like that, what I'm going to do is kind of line up edge of my paper here and see. Line up with that line there, and let's line it up with this bottom line here. And look, they're not parallel because eventually, look, my paper's crossed down over here, so those are not parallel. And this shape doesn't look like it has any parallel lines either. Any more parallel lines? I missed some in this first one. Look, this is parallel with this. This is parallel with this. No more in this one. Okay, so let's see the ones that have 2 parallel sides. We have this first shape, so the F, G, H, E shape. This one has 2 parallel sides, the B, C, D, A shape. Exactly 1 pair of parallel sides would be trapezoids. Which ones have 1 pair? Like these 2 right here. right? This has one pair, this has one pair. So K, L, M, J, and this one, U, V, W, T, those have two. And then which ones had no parallel sides? There's two that have absolutely zero parallel sides. These two here. So Q, R, S, P, R, N, Z, Q. So we sorted these based off of parallel sides. All right. We're going to practice some more in the next video.